Right. Hopefully, I started YouTube in the first place. So one of the main reasons was because I was scared of even doing this in the first place. I hate being scared of doing anything. Reasons why I was afraid in the first place, I was afraid of judgment, of course, judgment of looks, um, judgment of how you sound, judgment of, speaking in general. I am kind of still scared of public speaking, not as much as being afraid of, putting myself out there, being vulnerable. You know how people are when it comes to judging people and all that stuff. So I was afraid of that. I know others have felt like this before. They are afraid of doing something because, others judging them or whatever. Why would I not do it? Why would I allow others to dictate what I do and don't do? So that's just something I wanted to get out. It's okay to doubt yourself. What's not okay though is allowing that doubt and that fear to keep you from doing something. I'll still be afraid, don't get me wrong, but I'll still do it. If you're afraid to do something, and being uncomfortable, if you're afraid of being uncomfortable, like I said, that's okay, but just don't allow it to keep you from doing what you want to do. I know it sounds probably cheesy or motivational, whatever you want to call it, whatever. I'm not trying to be. Reason number 2 for me starting this YouTube, I haven't met many people that are able to think about a subject fully, like from multiple different angles or a situation or whatever it may be. Most people, I think, are only able to look at things from their perspective, from their viewpoint. I hope more people are able to understand people. It's usually way easier said than done. Trust me. And people make it seem like just saying it and doing it. It's simple, but it's not. Especially for me, because I live in my head a lot. I overanalyze stuff. I tend to allow others to dictate what it is that I do. Understanding that other people have different perspectives, I think me understanding that gives me kind of an edge on other people and how other people may look at something. Including that people are going to judge you no matter what. No matter if you do something, if you don't do something, whatever it may be. And I'm starting to come to grips with that. No matter what I do, it won't be good enough. People judge so many good people, like it. And when I say good people, I just mean people that seem like they have the best interest for other people at heart, and they're trying to help other people. For the last few years, I've been wanting to do this, and I haven't. And if I kept letting that happen, if I kept letting other people's judgments and everything dictate what it is that I want to do in life, I wouldn't get anywhere. But he did the interview and he was talking about people saying he talks white, and he's like, talking white, what do you mean, because I know words, and then he said a quote that it resonated with me. He said, intelligence is not contributed to color. I used to judge people that talked a certain way or talk too proper or whatever it may be, and of course I've judged people before, don't get me wrong, in the past. Now I'm trying to break out of that judgment. That's something to think about, if you're judging other people, just when you judge other people, that's more of a judge of your character. So in school, I saw people, getting teased for being too smart. We called them nerds, and then there were the cool kids, the labels we put on people in school, whatever it may be. Thankfully, I was able to be with both groups. I was a nerd. I would be myself around the nerds, which is crazy. So I would be myself around the nerds, and then when I was the nerds, like I said, and then around the cool kids, I would kind of dumb myself down, if that makes sense. Like I would, not saying that all cool kids are dumb. When it came to trying to hang around them, I wouldn't talk about like anime, which I liked in high school, but nobody really ever knew because it wasn't the cool thing, So I used to watch Naruto all the time. But now it's apparently cool to like anime, I say all that to say that you're going to get judged no matter what. No matter where you are in your life, no matter if you're older, younger, whatever, you're going to get judged in life. And it's going to suck. Like you're going to question yourself, you're going to, like I did, trust me, you're going to not want to do something because you're afraid of that judgment, but you're going to get judged no matter what anyway, whether you do or don't do. It sounds like Yoda, whether you do or don't do. It's easier said than done to do something than to say to do something and then to actually do it. Life's going to be hard. Don't think life's going to be easy. I'm still learning it, actually, but Yeah, just something to think about. Again, I'm reading notes, so don't judge me. All YouTubers do this. At least I think they do. And if they don't, they should. So these videos, they are going to get better, of course, as I become more comfortable speaking to the camera and kind of just talking out loud. So I'm not used to it yet. It's weird. It's weird when you first hear your voice. You know, you probably, all people think that they have a weird voice, no matter what. Number 3 reason why I wanted to start YouTube. I want to be able to entertain when it comes to telling stories about my, past stories, future stories, things that I'm thinking about, whatever it may be, ranting, just going at it. I am going to be pretty transparent when it comes to most of the stuff. When I say pretty transparent, I just mean like I'm not going to name names. For the most part, I'm going to be pretty unfiltered when it comes to these videos and, any kind of content I may put out. When it comes to anything publicly, like, most people aren't themselves, unfortunately. Even myself, I haven't always been myself. As a kid, we don't care about others' judgment. We don't care about how we dress. We don't care about too much, So, but there comes a point where you start lying, you start changing yourself. I think for me, it started like in middle school. I really started caring about what I wore, how I talked. I really cared about, a lot of things. I cared about my peers' judgment of me. It messed with me for a real long time. Like, it messed with me more than most people want to admit. What I'm trying to do right now when it comes to this stuff is just finding myself again, finding that kid in me, that childlike, mentality. Of course, being an adult still having a mindset and awareness to still be self-aware and still be able to accept criticism from outside sources. Once you lose yourself, it's hard to find yourself. Like, I haven't been myself in years, decades almost, probably. How old was I when I was in middle school? 13, 12, 13, 14, I don't know. But 27 now, so about 10 years, about a decade, over a decade. It boggles my mind now that I'm thinking about it, but some people, they die without even knowing who they are. They don't understand that, they're not themselves when they do die. They've died with others' judgments and living the way other people thought that they should live and all this other stuff. Like, for example, I don't wear jewelry anymore. As of like 23, like 4 years ago, I just don't wear jewelry. I don't think it's, for me, I don't think it's of any value. I just don't see, I don't judge people for wearing it. Don't get me wrong. If you find value in it, do what you want to do. Allowing yourself to define what it is that you really want to do. I think that's the overarching message here. It wasn't healthy for me mentally because I judged myself way too critically when it came to that type of stuff. Others' opinions, is what I'm saying. Like I said, you can still accept others' opinions. You got to find that, how much of others' opinions do I want to dictate what it is that I do, or how I look at myself. You can do it to a certain extent when somebody you trust is giving you genuine advice, But when it comes to like somebody you don't even know criticizing you based off of something they see online, it's not constructive whatsoever, People bullying people, and it's just crazy. It's a crazy time we live in, of course, right now. And kind of an example, just what I want to give you when it comes to people judging you no matter what. Start a foundation, and you donate money to other foundations, you help other people, you do everything that you want to do when it comes to helping other people. People will judge you and tell you, oh, he or she is doing this because they want a tax break. Oh, he or she is doing this because they don't want to seem like a bad person. Oh, they're not really like that in their actual lives. When really they don't know what they're talking about. Like, they don't know what kind of person you want to be. They don't know anything about you, and it's crazy to me now how much we allow other people in society, just in general, just other people, to dictate what it is that we do with our lives. It's really crazy because, like I said, I've allowed it for way too long. I'm glad I learned it now, though. Don't get me wrong, I'm still young. Like I said, I'm only 27, but like I said, there are people that will never learn that it doesn't matter what other people think about you. And, of course they'll say it, but they don't know what it means. Just like me, I've said it. I've said it for many, many years that, oh, I don't let other people, dictate what it is that I do in my life. In reality, when I get to my own life, it's like, yeah, I do. I let society dictate what it is that I think that, attractive people are, or successful people are, or celebrities are. I've been learning these past, especially in quarantine now, where everybody's home. I've been reading a lot. It's just a lot of YouTube videos, self-improvement stuff, really, right now. It's really helped me. I think it's really helped me just become a better person. But can't pay attention to negativity. Focus on people that support you, people that want you to do better, people that, understand you, try to understand you. Treat YouTube, I'm actually going to treat YouTube and kind of take it back to what it used to be, which is, I think their slogan used to be broadcast yourself, is what they used to be. And back then they didn't have a creator program or whatever it was to get paid for it. And I think it's somewhat messed up YouTube because people took it and ran with it. They just wanted, because anytime money involved, they start only doing it for the views or for the content or, for the money. But I also think on the flip side of that it's also helped YouTube in terms of popularity, also in terms of allowing other people to make this a full-time job. People can, like, literally are people that only do YouTube and they make amazing money, and they they put themselves out there and they actually help other people, which I think is amazing. And somebody once had a quote that said, chasing money, if you're chasing money, it always runs, and if you're getting money, it's different. So I think Pitbull said that, actually. Just something to think about, when it comes to YouTube. When you're watching videos, just be aware of that. Some people are just doing it for the views. Some people are genuinely doing it because they want to help other people and they want other people, to just be better people. Of course, while I do hope to make enough money in this to support myself without having to have a regular day job. Right now, I actually work in a call center at the moment, which when I say call center, I'm working from home at the moment. My computer's actually over there for work, but I don't want to be doing that my whole life. I don't want to just do that my entire life. So I started, like, during quarantine, I started a blog, I started a podcast, which I got to record after this video. I got to edit this video, do all that stuff, and then, which may not be the best setting, trust me, it may not be, but I'll get better at it. I've noticed that some of the happiest people are not always the most successful. They may look happy, they may seem happy, they may be like, oh, I got this, I got all these material possessions, I got all these cars, I got all the jewelry. Maybe they even got a kid. Oh, my kid makes me so happy. Unfortunately, they may not care about their kid too much. They just care about the money that they're making, the things that they have, the car that they drive, the jewelry that they wear, and the place that they live. And that's it, Be aware of what you're seeing is all. Try to be mindful of it. Take it all with a grain of salt. That's all. We live in a society right now where looks and money, that's like goal number one. Like, oh, the glow up, everybody wants to do a glow up. It's kind of disheartening to me because I wish people were less superficial when it comes to that type of stuff. So, like, looks, don't get me wrong. If you want to be with somebody, looks do play a big part, whether we like to admit it or not, even for me. I'm not going to be naive and just say, looks don't matter, it's all about what's in here, even though I would like to think that, idealistically, I would like to think that, but it's not true, looks do play a big part, don't get me wrong, but if that's your only motivating factor when it comes to being with someone, it's not going to work out. So, or it might work out, you never know. The person may not really care, and more power to you if that's the truth. I would hope most people, they want you to care about what's in their head more than what's in their pocket and what's on the outside. That sums up everything I want to say in this first video. Like I said, I got to edit it, do all that stuff. So excuse the editing. Like I said, if this editing wasn't good, I will get better. I'm watching tutorials right now on how to do it better. As I make more content, put myself more out there, like I said, it will get better. Hopefully I'll get a dedicated camera instead of just using my phone, but maybe I'll just want to use my phone. You never know. But maybe I'll make it easier, Anyway, with that being said, I'm not going to tell y'all to like, share, and subscribe anything at all, because if you like it, you'll like it. If you dislike it, you'll dislike it. If you want to subscribe, you'll subscribe, obviously. And then if you want to share it, obviously you'll share it. Hope to see y'all around, and be safe out there in this COVID world. I'll see y'all soon.